India's warning of transnational crime racket in Canada may have finally sounded the alarm bells for the Trudeau government. Canada's RCMP has raided and shut down a $490 million drug superlab in British Columbia, a lab reportedly operated by a Punjabi-origin gangster with links to the pro-Khalistani movement. This explosive burst is a major shake-up in the growing India-Canada row over transnational crime, raising tough questions about Canada's handling of criminal elements tied to radical agendas. Now, this happened in the quiet town of Falkland, BC, where Canadian authorities uncovered a high-tech drug superlab capable of producing nearly 100 million lethal doses of fentanyl. This is enough to endanger the Canadian population several times over, and the mastermind, 32-year-old Gangpreet Singh Randhawa, now charged with a slew of serious drug and firearm offences, allegedly linked to the Khalistani network. Indian officials are calling this a major vindication, pointing out that Canada has allowed a worrying number of pro-Khalistani extremists to operate within its borders, some with deep ties to organized crime. India has long raised red flags, warning about Canada's failure to address these criminal networks. And now, this superlab bust seems to echo that warning. Police seized an arsenal of drugs and weapons, 54 kg of fentanyl, 390 kg of meth, plus loaded guns, body armor, and even small explosives. It's being called one of the largest and most sophisticated operations ever dismantled in Canada. Authorities say this raid dealt a decisive blow to transnational organized crime groups. Trudeau's government has been criticized at home and abroad for allegedly turning a blind eye to groups linked to extremist agendas. Some argue that Canada has become a safe haven for pro-Khalistani elements involved in criminal activity, straining the country's relations with India. Meanwhile, Randhawa's arrest has drawn fresh attention to India's 26 pending extradition requests, cases of pro-Khalistani criminals whom India wants back to face justice. Experts say this could be a turning point, urging Canada to reconsider its stance on these extradition and align with India in the fight against organized crime. Now, the diplomatic relationship between Canada and India has taken a nosedive during the last few years. This is due to the controversy over the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, the mastermind of Khalistan Tiger Force based in Canada's Surrey. New Delhi maintains Nijjar was a terrorist, however, denies any involvement in his killing. Last month, both the countries expelled each other's top diplomats after the RCMP alleged that Indian government agents had engaged in activities that threatened public safety in Canada. Now, as the spotlight remains on Canada's handling of extremist elements with organized crime links, there's a growing call for Canada to reassess its stance. But will this superlab bust change the course of Canada-India relations? Only time will tell. Bureau Report, India Today Global.